Airstrike 2018, directed by Xu Feng.
On the surface, the generically named Airstrike looks like it might have something to offer, being a war movie about a clash of cultures, and having a story about an American pilot training people in China during World War II. It also stars two well-known American actors, Bruce Willis and Adrien Brody, though ultimately was a Chinese production. Unfortunately, neither Willis nor Brody do any of their best work here, but it's not like they were given much to work with screenplay-wise. Outside the writing, Airstrike barely feels coherent as far as the editing goes, stringing together one tedious scene after another, and never really impressing when it comes to combat scenes, either. It's the kind of movie that's been done before, but better. Just about any vaguely war-related movie about flying and dogfights is worth watching over this one.
USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage 2016, directed by Mario Van Peebles.
If you were after a trilogy of bad Nicolas Cage war movies, you've got one in the form of Time to Kill, Captain Corelli's Mandolin, and then USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, which is perhaps the worst of the lot. The last of those might sound promising as a funny bad film, though, given it's a World War II movie that ends up being more about surviving against shark attacks, once the titular vessel is destroyed, and its crew members find themselves stranded at sea. USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage is confounding and very silly at times, retelling a true story and making it schlocky in a way that feels more than a bit disrespectful. But because of that loose true story, it can never really lean into the cheese or go all out action-wise. It's almost funny bad at times, but is perhaps more baffling because of the no man's land it occupies between seriousness and schlock.
Sniper, Special OPS 2016, directed by Fred Olen Ray.
Those wanting some good action will find absolutely nothing of the sort in Sniper, Special Ops, though it's purportedly a war action movie that stars Steven Seagal, who's of course best known for his action films. He spends most of Sniper, Special Ops sitting down, mumbling, and occasionally shooting people, giving one of the most disinterested and static-led performances in cinema history. Otherwise, Sniper, Special Ops is pretty tedious and laughably bare bones as far as production values go, making a story about rescuing an American congressman from the Taliban feel strangely boring and entirely lacking in energy. It's the sort of film that's so still and boring that it kind of has to be seen to be believed, but the absurdity of its existence and execution does mean it might offer some laughs for those who approach it with the right frame of mind.